Good evening, wrestling fans, and welcome. Good evening, wrestling fans, and welcome to the XWF. Beg your pardon, fans, we are having some technical difficulties. I think we've got them worked out. Welcome to the XWF. My name's Craig DeGeorge. I'm here with Jesse the Body, and tonight I'm happy to tell you I am part of the XWF broadcast team. And Jess, what a card we have. What wrestling action we've got coming your way tonight.
Well, first off, I want to say this right now, Mr. DeGeorge. I've spent over 2 years trying to housebreak that Gene Okerlund, and I don't need to start all over with you, so I'm just going to let you know right now, you crap on the floor, I'm going to stick your nose right in it.
All right, well, by that same token, let's make sure that if there's a steel cage match and somebody goes out the door, we don't make a big deal about it. All right, fans, let's talk about the action coming your way here tonight. It's going to be an incredible night of action. Our main event is an 8-man tag featuring the New Age Horsemen as a unit.
Well, the New Age Horsemen have proven to me that they're everything they claimed they were going to be. That's right. They have proven that they are going to take control here of the XWF, and they've done quite the job. The Nature Boy Ric Flair, of course, the brand new XWF World Heavyweight Champion. The Brainbusters have now claimed the tag team titles, and it's only a matter of time before Ravishing Rick Rude adds some gold.
Indeed, and we're going to be hearing later on tonight from the Nature Boy Ric Flair. A lot of questions still unanswered there. Moving along, ladies and gentlemen, not one but two championships on the line tonight. The television champion, Bam Bam Bigelow, his first title defense will be a triple threat match. No easy night for the champion.
Well, it's not, but he understands what's on the line. He's got to win 4 consecutive weeks in a row and maintain the television championship. As long as he does that, he then cashes it in for any championship shot he wants.
And then we will crown the first ever hardcore champion right here in the XWF. But before we get to all that, we got our opening contest featuring the ladies.
Is scheduled for one fall, making her way to the ring from Redondo Beach, California, the ninth wonder of the world, China!
The former XWF Women's Champion, China, is in the house.
Well, she's the 9th wonder of the world, and it's not by accident. It's an earned title. Now, she's had only one stumbling block in the last 2.5 years here in the XWF, and that stumbling block is the current champion, Alundra Blaze.
Indeed, and that champion is not here to defend the title tonight. However, the winner of this match will be likely the next in line.
Well, I can tell you one thing right now when it comes to the XWF. We are always evolving here. We've always got the greatest talent anywhere in the world, and this will be no different in my opinion.
And her opponent from Baltimore, Maryland, Stacy Keibler.
Well, you talk about former XWF champions, and you got to talk about this lady right here, Stacy Keibler.
Well, she was a former champion until China came along and broke her in half, and I think that's going to happen again here tonight. But I'll tell you this much. If she finds a way to pull off the upset, and we've seen plenty of upsets here over the past several months, if she can find a way to do that, she's right back in the title picture.
I would have to wholeheartedly agree with that statement. All right, ready for the referee to ring the bell, and then this one is underway as they tie up in the middle of the ring. Thus far, China, you would think, would have the size and strength advantage, but it's a deadlock, and now Stacy Keibler actually has the advantage.
Well, Keibler, say whatever you will about her. She's definitely got a lot of experience in the ring. She gives up the size and the strength, as you mentioned. But she's got leverage. Look at those legs. I mean, they're forever long, and she can use that to her advantage, and she oftentimes does.
Well, we know she likes to use that as a finishing move, that roundhouse kick and the momentum she's able to get because of the length of those legs. If she connects with that shot, it is a knockout.
Yeah, very few times will you ever see anyone get up from that spinning back kick of Stacy Keibler. I don't even think the great China would be somebody who could overcome those odds.
Big forearm shot drops her right down, and here comes the official for the first attempt at a pin. Gets only a 1.
Well, it's a little bit early in the match to be thinking you're going to put either one of these two ladies away.
Oh, China's got the abdominal stretch locked in there. And Keibler, look at this.
Yeah, let's look at it. What'd she do? A couple of clenched fists to the face, to the back of the referee. Couldn't see it.
Nice flying head scissor by Keibler as well. Again, using the length of those legs to her advantage. Now going for the cover.
Now, if she were to use that experience a little bit better in her favor right there, she could have arched up with those legs and put a little bit more on that pinfall attempt.
Into the corner with a back elbow. And I tell you right now, Stacy Keibler appears to be falling back on the history lesson she has learned from the 9th wonder of the world.
Well, the old saying is those who don't learn from history are doomed to repeat it, and perhaps she has learned.
Want to send a shout out to everyone joining us here live on the Nation Network.
Andrew Roberts in the house. Donnell Mason is here. Big JH is here as well. Welcome aboard, everybody.
And now Keibler being rammed head first into the apron. And now China going all the way up to the top rope.
Well, that's a little bit of unfamiliar territory for the 9th wonder of the world. She doesn't do a lot of high-flying maneuvers, but that one paid off.
Indeed, that flying shoulder tackle really caught Stacy Keibler, and so did the boot right in the face. China right now is in control. Oh, she's setting up in the corner. What has she got in mind here? Charging in, handspring, went for the back elbow, nobody home, and Keibler follows up with a big bulldog.
Tremendous move right there by Keibler, baited her in, managed to get away at the nick of time, and now look at this, Stacy Keibler getting a little rough and rowdy in there.
Oh, there's that spinning back kick, and that should be enough right there to put her away. There's 2, and she got it. Oh,
that was almost a big upset right there. No two ways about it.
Oh, caught her again. Keebler hooks the leg. And Chyna able to kick out.
I got to tell you right now, I didn't think anybody would ever kick out of one, much less two in a row. And Chyna somehow summoning powers from down below, able to kick out of that thing. I can't believe it happened.
And now look at this. Stacy Keebler all the way to the top rope. Comes up with a big splash right down across the chest. Going for another cover. And Stacy Keebler will not be denied here tonight.
Well, she's getting closer every time. It's 2.5 now. And if you're Chyna, you better come up with something and do it quick, because right now things not looking too good.
Here's the Irish whip to the ropes. Back out front. Power slam. And the 9th wonder of the world, Chyna, back in control, at least for the moment. There's a boot to the midsection. Is she going to go for the pedigree here? Yes, she is. Delivers it. Here's the cover. Referee is in position. There's one. There's two.
I can't believe right now what's happening here. Both these women taking a lot of punishment, taking each other's biggest hits, and still coming back for more.
Look at this deadlifting Stacy Keebler off the mat, running power slam. Did you see the and Keebler right back?
This is a different Stacy Keebler than I've ever seen before. She is absolutely on a mission here.
The hot shot across the top rope. And now Keebler wants Chyna back up on her feet.
Well, it's been months since we've seen her in action, and perhaps that time off has prepared her for this match unlike ever before.
She went to the top and then rethought about it, and that time gave Chyna the opportunity to recollect herself, and now back in control as she just sent Stacy Keebler into the buckle, and Keebler's been busted open.
Yep, she got caught somewhere along the lines. I didn't see it happen, but there's blood streaming down the face of Stacy Keebler right now.
Chyna getting her all the way to the top rope, and Keebler in a lot of trouble. Look at Chyna. Oh, she sent her crashing to the floor.
Well, this is not going well at all for Stacy Keebler here tonight, and Chyna knows it. She's got the ball. She's got the ball. She's running with it. She's in the driver's seat, and she is controlling the tempo of this match right now. I say it all the time. You'll find out what type of a competitor someone is when they see the sight of their own blood.
Keebler has been nothing short of an absolute fighter here tonight. We'll see if the loss of blood will change that, or perhaps just the sight of it. There's the Irish whip to the ropes. Big hip toss, nicely done. Keebler putting some momentum perhaps together.
Oh, here's the power and strength coming into play.
Overhead press slam by the 9th wonder of the world, and Chyna in trouble. Look at this, going all the way up to the top rope. And Chyna thinks she's got her. Keebler's in trouble.
Wow, somehow she still manages to get a shoulder up off the canvas, but look at the damage. You know, Keebler's a good-looking girl, but right now that's starting to change a little bit.
Chyna going for a submission. She's got that knee deep into the lower back. Keebler will not stay down. There's a big shot to the face. It has been months since we've seen Stacy Keebler here in the XWF. And now what? Going to the top rope. High-risk territory. And it pays off as she connects with the big splash. Again goes for the cover. Referee's in position for the count of one. Got two. And again, Chyna gets a shoulder up.
You would think the championship is actually on the line here, and in some ways, especially if you're Stacy, you've got to think it is. You have to get this win.
There's that spinning back kick with all that momentum. Will Chyna be able to kick out one more time? She does.
I am absolutely floored that Chyna has anything left in the gas tank at this point in time. She's been hit with about 4 of those spinning kicks And Stacy Keibler put so much momentum on those.
Clothesline now by the 9th wonder of the world. Drops down for the cover. Hook and a leg. Referee is there for 1, for 2, and just can't keep the shoulders down.
Yeah, that time I've got to say China did everything right. It's just Stacy Keibler refuses to lose.
After the slam, China managing to kick Stacy Keibler to the ropes, where they now tie up. What's China got in mind here? Boy, the blood right now really streaming down the face of Stacy Keibler. I beg your pardon. The referee might want to stop this and take a look at the very least. China to the ropes. Boot right to the head. That's it.
Well, it could be it right there. I think China's going to try and put the kibosh on her with that pedigree, given half the opportunity.
Well, she caught her with a back handspring into the corner, and this time there was a target there for 2. And Keibler continues to defy the odds.
This is absolutely incredible. What a performance by Stacy Keibler. I don't know what she had for lunch, but give me some.
Oh, and here it goes. The pedigree connects, and that's got to be it.
Yeah, that's it. Look at the face of Stacy Keibler. She's a mess. But what a fight she put up.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. That was a tremendous effort from start to finish by both ladies. As we take a look back, look at that shoulder block coming off the top rope. Just devastating maneuver.
Well, that was just one of those spinning back heel kicks, and she does it like nobody's business. And while she came out on the short end of the stick here tonight, let's be real. That's a performance that can, on any given occasion, crown her as an XWF Women's Champion.
Yeah, it's no doubt why she was the XWF Champion at one part in time. Just look at the effort. You know, sometimes a breakaway from the world of professional wrestling can rejuvenate the batteries, and I feel like that's what we saw here tonight from Stacy Keibler.
Yeah, no doubt in my opinion. I'll tell you, I've seen that before. It's a grind being in this world of professional wrestling, on the road all the time, into one city and another hotel. And, you know, taking 3 months off, having a break like that, very much indeed brought out the best in her. Now, the question is, can she do it on a regular basis? Because if she does, then I believe the victories will be there behind her.
Here is your winner, the 9th wonder of the world, China!
Big victory right there, ladies and gentlemen. Still to come, we will crown the first ever hardcore champion right here in the XWF. Stay with us. Wrestling fans, make sure you join us on Saturday mornings right here for Saturday Morning Superstars of Wrestling. All of the greats from the past will be right here on Saturday mornings here on the Nation Network. Names like Roddy Piper, Bruno Sammartino, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, the Magnificent Morocco, and many, many more. All the action right here on the Nation Network Saturday mornings, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. What you gonna do when the legends of wrestling run wild on you?
Hi, it's me, Antonio Banderas. When I use my Bosch fridge, it makes me feel different. It makes makes me feel like Antonio Banderas.
Well, I hear you, brother. Because when I use my Bosch power tools, I feel like the Macho Man Randy Savage. You dig it?
I do dig it, Randy.
Whip it!
Powerful power tools.
Phenomenal appliances.
Rotary hammers.
Dishwashers.
Mild sauce.
Induction cooktops.
Randy!
Coming. Impact drivers.
Refrigerators.
Watch this. Elbow.
The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a
Bosch.
All right, good evening, wrestling fans. Welcome back to the Control Center. Mean Scheme here with you, and this is the XWF. We've talked about it. We are now going live on the road, and there is a brand new program coming here, XWF Fury, and it will feature highlighted matches from the road, where you, the fans, get to see what happens when we're not here doing the live broadcast. In the meantime, I've got a very special guest joining us here in the studio via satellite. He is the current, brand new XWF heavyweight champion of the world. Of course, I am talking about the one and only Nature Boy Ric Flair. Mr. Flair, congratulations on becoming the new XWF champion.
Woo! Mean Gene! You act surprised. I told you, I told Perfect, and I told everybody else it was going to happen. So nobody should be acting surprised. The fact of the matter is this. There is a new dawn here in the XWF, or better yet, a new age. That's right, the new age horsemen. And we've proven what I said all along. Perfect, I respect you. I knew you weren't going to lay down, but let's call it like it is. You're not the man.
Well, now, Ric Flair, I've got a point to make with you that a lot of people have brought up, and that is the fact that the reason you're the champion is because of some chicanery that took place between you and Bobby the Brain Heenan, and a lot of people, myself included, want to know why. Why did you do what you guys did to Mr. Perfect?
Gene, I'm going to actually do you a favor right now. I'm going to pull back the curtain just a little bit and let you know exactly what happened. There were conversations that took place between myself, Hennig, and Bobby the Brain Heenan. Now, there was a period of time where me and Rude were running high as the tag team champions, and all was good. But all good things come to an end, as we know. Now, when we gave up those titles, I made it clear that I wanted a shot at Perfect in the title, but he wouldn't give it to me. He offered me an olive branch and said, I'll tell you what, when the day comes that I drop this title, I'll let you have the very first match against the new champion. I will forego my mandatory return match.
Well, that seems fair.
Well, it seems fair except for one little problem. I learned very quickly after watching him do what he does in the ring, there's nobody in the XWF that could beat him other than me. So if I kept on waiting, the opportunity was never going to present itself. So I did what I had to do, and Bobby the Brain Heenan knew what was right for business. This was never personal.
Well, you talk about these new age horsemen. What exactly is it you guys plan to do moving forward?
We're going to do what we've been doing already, and that is we are going to dominate the landscape here in the XWF. Right now, we've got 3 championship belts around our waists. We got the tag team titles, I got the heavyweight title, and if you think that Ravishing Rick Rude isn't going to walk out of here with gold real soon, you haven't been paying attention. I don't care who you are. When you want to stand a pose from me, you better talk to the Macho Man and find out what happens when you go up against a member of the New Age. You aren't going to go against one of us. You're going to go against all of us. Woo!
Indeed, the Nature Boy Ric Flair and the New Age Horsemen so far living up to exactly what they said they were going to do. And they are dominating the scene here in the XWF. More action to come when we return. Stay with us.
Well, let me tell everybody something. America is back. 2024 was a great year. And in 2025, we made the decision to make America great again. And what better way? With real American beer. We're bringing America back together in 2025 with real American beer. So what you gonna do when real American beer and all my Hulkamaniacs run wild on you?
All right, fans, we are ready to kick this off.
Is a fatal four-way tables, ladders, and chairs match. And is for the Extreme Hardcore Championship. Making his way to the ring from parts unknown, weighing in at 350 pounds. He is the monster of Abyss.
Again, the first time ever there will be a hardcore champion here in the XWF, and Abyss, who recently made his appearance.
Well, I'll tell you, I've watched some of this man's action. I've never seen him live before. It'll be a first time for me, but I'll tell you, he's a danger for everyone else in that match.
And his opponents, first from Truth or Consequences, New Mexico, weighing in at 287 pounds, Cactus Jack.
Indeed, as Cactus Jack makes his way down the aisle. When it comes to hardcore, nobody does it any better than this man.
Well, I don't know about that. I'll tell you, Abyss will definitely give him a run for his money, and those are no strangers to one another. They've definitely had their day together.
Yeah, I've got two words for you: Monsters Ball.
Yeah, and they tore the place down on more than one occasion, literally and figuratively.
Once again, welcome to everybody joining us here live on the Nation Network. William Perkins in the house. Hot Shit is here as well. Juan Cordero, thank you for being here. Blaze Radio is in the house.
Primetime is here as well.
At 247 pounds,
It is a party atmosphere. And here comes another hardcore legend in Terry Funk.
Well, this really is the who's who when it comes to hardcore wrestling, and whoever the first champion is, we can say this much for sure. It is a worthy champion.
Indeed, all of these men have put in their time in the world of hardcore wrestling. They have sacrificed. They have put their bodies on the line. They have bled. They have sweat. And they have shed tears for the word hardcore.
Well, I would go so far as to say they are the reason why that word has the meaning that it does right now.
Of course, Terry Funk, a former NWA World Heavyweight Champion, a former ECW World Heavyweight Champion. Oh, hold the phone!
Well, look who they just decided to sign to the XWF.
Somebody said hardcore.
from Philadelphia, weighing in at 240 pounds, the
Well, there goes the neighborhood. You know, I'm not going to pretend I haven't seen it before where the boys might indulge in a little bit of libation backstage before a match, but I've never seen one do it during the match.
Well, the Sandman is definitely cut from a different cloth, busting himself open on the way to the ring. Another former ECW standout in the Sandman, former world champion, former hardcore champion. He has wrestled under every major banner known in professional wrestling and now adds the XWF to the resume.
Well, normally I'd say this is a match where I pick a winner, but right here, so far everybody's capable of being the winner, and it's going to be a tough one to call. You're adding the TLC factor into this. It's not a pinfall, it's not a submission, everything goes. He's walking out there with a kendo stick, and that's perfectly legal.
I'll tell you, the Sandman is a dangerous individual to be getting in the ring with in any sense of the word. But when you talk about the hardcore, you talk about the extreme, that's him in his own backyard.
Yeah, there's no doubt he could not feel more comfortable or more confident in any other match.
Well, he is definitely ready for action here tonight. Good thing it's not a first blood match. He'd already be out. As we take a look at what these men will be competing for, the XWF Hardcore Championship. The bell sounds, action's underway, and here we go. Throw the rule book out.
Well, not completely. There is a rule. Whoever climbs the ladder and pulls the championship down is the winner. That's the only rule. Everything after that, do what you want, however you want.
Action taking place outside the ring. Action taking place inside the ring. Terry Funk right away going after Abyss. And this is the first time we have seen Abyss here in the XWF.
Sandman using those steel steps to his advantage, and that is playing right into his hands.
Cactus Jack. Oh, wait a minute. Is he? I thought he had the mandible claw already on him.
Well, it won't really matter a whole lot even if he does, because at the end of the day, there's no submissions in this match. You can tap out all night long and it won't matter.
Cactus now on the top rope. Axe handle to the head. And now Terry Funk comes in with a steel chair right to the back of the head.
And then he turned around and was going to go after the Sandman, but he was ready for him. And these are two guys that really know each other well from their time in the ECW.
Well, 3 of the 4 of these guys know each other very well from the Philadelphia Bingo Hall. Hip toss now by Cactus Jack, who turns his attention to the Sandman. And now Abyss with a German suplex, and he just sent Cactus Jack back first onto the ladder. Meantime, Terry Funk with a DDT on the table.
Well, this is going to take years off of the careers of each of these men. I don't care who the winner and who the losers are.
Steel chair again. Oh, and Terry Funk, his longtime friend, sometimes foe, in Cactus Jack.
Well, one thing about Cactus Jack and Terry Funk that you have to know is they know how to put business aside. They know when the title's on the line or when the bell rings, if they're standing against one another, they're going to give the best they got.
Funk down across the top turnbuckle and now tying up. Cactus Jack in trouble. Abyss appears to be busted open.
Yeah, he's been busted open is right. And in this kind of a match, referee's not even going to get involved. He'd have to pretty much remove himself from the match if it was that bad.
Back heel trip nicely done by Cactus Jack, spiking the back of the head of Abyss off the steel chair. And now Cactus has got the mandible claw on Terry Funk.
Well, yeah, but as I said, that doesn't really matter at all. No submissions in this one.
The double team now, unlikely friends. Double suplex on the Sandman on the steel chair. And just like that, Cactus ends that friendship.
Well, there are no friends in this match. It's a matter of maybe there might be an alliance momentarily, but there's going to be no long-time friendship because only one can win, and they all want that championship. Not only is it about the championship, it's about being the first.
Indeed, history-making night, ladies and gentlemen. There's a suplex on top of the steel. Meantime, Terry Funk sending Abyss to the ropes, back out front, knee right to the midsection, and then the Sandman catches them with a bulldog. Sandman fighting his way out of it, and now Abyss getting a couple of shots in. Terry Funk comes up with a DDT on Cactus, and a big right hand dropping Abyss. Boot to the midsection. And now a crow, he caught him in the head with it.
Yeah, Cactus looked up at the wrong time. Sandman basically said, say cheese, and he did.
Well, we've got bodies going down left and right now, and this is where the wear down factor comes in. And look at this, Cactus Jack has got his hands on the... He couldn't pull the strap down.
Yeah, still a little bit too early on, and these guys aren't worn down nearly enough.
Cactus Jack again going for the strap. Can he pull it down is the million-dollar question. He's got his hands on it. All he's got to do is Oh, wait a moment. There goes the ladder.
Close call right there by Cactus Jack, but not quite enough.
Suplex right there by the Sandman. Nicely done. And now, Terry Funk, the man who has been called middle-aged and crazy.
Yeah, I always get a good laugh out of that one as he takes the pile driver. Middle age, I mean, what's he going to live to be, 110?
Not at the way things are going, that's for sure. And now it's the Sandman stomping away on the wrist of Abyss. Hammering away, trying to further do damage to that. Oh, wait a minute. Terry Funk just got driven down on the steel ladder, and he's busted open.
Well, it's hardcore wrestling at its finest, and you had to expect it. How bad has he been injured? Hard to tell so far.
Oh, Terry split wide open. He is absolutely hemorrhaging. And now look at this. Cactus Jack choking Abyss out in the corner.
You know what I'm a little surprised at so far is Abyss hasn't gone out and brought his friend over here.
His friend?
Yeah, Janice. He's got a friend named Janice. Have you ever met her?
I don't believe I have.
Yeah, I'll have to have him introduce you to her.
Cactus Jack now he's going to try and steal the moment. Oh, there goes the ladder.
Didn't even make it to the top, and that's what happens. You have to know. You got to make sure you've got your opponents down in a compromised position. You got to buy yourself enough time to get up there on that ladder, and it's not easy to do that in a wrestling ring. It's a very loose platform you're talking about. It's not like on a concrete floor. There's a lot of shimmy going on in there, and that ladder shakes. You could see it.
Indeed, it requires a lot of balance, a lot of focus and concentration, and it's hard to have any of that when three other guys are trying to knock you off. Cactus now once again has got that ladder, puts it in the corner. Here comes Abyss. Got caught though, coming off the ropes. And now Cactus Jack, he's got it on once again, the mandible claw. Terry Funk down. And now a kendo stick, look at this. Right to the ribs of the Sandman.
And now he takes a shot at Terry Funk as well. You know, we talked about Janice. Cactus Jack has a friend as well called Barbie. Have you met Barbie?
I have not, but I'm aware of who Barbie is.
Yeah, I could have him introduce you to both of them. How would that be? It'll be like a double date. You'll have a good time.
Thanks, but no thanks. Cactus again going up on the ropes. Abyss stopping him, and the Sandman taking the ladder out from under Cactus Jack. The chairs piling up in the ring. We've got broken kendo sticks, the signs of the battle. And now, Sandman. What is he doing here with Abyss? Drops him with a pile driver. Terry Funk with a stunner, taking Cactus Jack off the apron, and now there's a bulldog that puts Sandman in control. Now would have been a good chance to go after it.
It would have been, but he hit him with the senton instead, and that wasn't bad either.
Pile drives Cactus on top of the steel chair. And now Abyss back in the ring, and Sandman not able to get a moment where all three men are either preoccupied or unable to get involved.
It's not going to be easy, I'll tell you that right now. No matter who it is, it's going to be a tough road to hoe to get that situation where you're able to climb that ladder. For sure, you got to have one man down. And then hope the other two are so busy with each other they don't notice you climbing up the ladder. That's the best option you're going to have.
Double arm DDT, nicely done by Cactus Jack. Into the corner he goes. Look at this, pops him up, drops him across the top rope, and now locked up with the Sandman. Fans, make sure you take an opportunity to hit the like button. If you're not already subscribed and you want to see more of this action, make sure you hit the subscribe and the bell notification so you know when we go live. Terry Funk just broke that kendo stick over the head of Abyss. Welcome to the XWF.
Yeah, I'd say he's officially been christened into the XWF now.
They are tearing the building apart here, ladies and gentlemen. Soundstage 21 may never be the same.
I hope we've got good insurance out on things. Oh, wow, did you see that? Dropped Toho by the Sandman, and Cactus went face first into the steel.
Cactus Jack, surprisingly not busted open yet. He's taken some massive hits. Terry Funk with a moonsault, connecting that. And Sandman in trouble. Meantime, Abyss has got Cactus up and down with a massive slam. And now Terry Funk climbing the ladder. And Abyss climbing it with him. These two going to battle it out 10 feet above the ring. Terry Funk has him. Neck breaker all the way down.
Meantime, Cactus Jack with a DDT on the Sandman. Terry Funk going up one more time.
Cactus Jack with a series of shots to the back of his icon, his mentor, if you will. One of his best friends in the industry. And he was waiting for the Sandman, but then decided, why am I waiting? I'm going after the belt. And he's got the belt. Can he pull it down? Cactus Jack has it.
Well, he had it for a moment, but he couldn't pull it down because the Sandman got on him very quickly, and that's the name of the game.
Abyss trying to do it now as well. Sandman having a little bit more trouble with the weight on top of the ladder. Abyss has got the belt. He got it. Abyss is the winner, and he is the hardcore champion.
Yeah, the Sandman tried pushing him off, but he couldn't do it because of the weight differential. You're looking at over 200 and probably 45, 250 pounds, and that ladder had a lot of weight behind it. Then by the time he decided to go around and try to hit him, it was too late.
What a match, ladies and gentlemen. Worthy of the Hardcore Championship.
And I'll say this right now, Abyss got the win and never one time had to go to Janice.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to meeting Janice, I guess.
Yeah, I don't think you'd be too interested in meeting her, but I'll set one up for you if you like.
Look at this, the pile driver. The Sandman dropping him on his head. Big senton right there by the Sandman. All four of these men had chances to put it away.
Yeah, they all had chances and they all fell just short.
Then here it was. He went for that shot to the back, but it was too little, too late.
Here is your winner, and new Extreme Hardcore Champion. He is the
A bloody Abyss is your winner.
There's only one man who can tell the world all that goes on in pro wrestling.
I'm Captain Lou, and I'm talking to you about the world of pro wrestling. Call me. I'm telling you, this number's for you. Mom, you raised a great son.
There'll be no more calls for you, Lou. My boys and I are taking you in. Get it. Come on.
I got a right to make one phone call. And so do you.
Lou Albano's Wrestling Hotline, available until further notice or a hearing. Call now, $1.50 for the first minute, 35 cents each additional minute.
The following is a triple threat Falls Count Anywhere match, and it's for the International Wrestling Television Championship.
Indeed, the falls count anywhere in this one. Inside the ring, outside the ring, in the parking lot, anywhere. And it's a triple threat match, so the champion has a 33% chance of retaining the title.
Well, take a look at who's back in the XWF. We haven't seen him in quite some time.
Introducing the challenger from Minneapolis, Minnesota, weighing in at 212 pounds,
X-Pac is here, one of the most talented in-ring performers you're going to see anywhere.
Yeah, he definitely brings the A-game. Every time he's in the ring, he's one of the hardest working guys. Might not be the biggest, but he makes up for that with style, with presentation. He makes up for it with sheer determination.
Indeed, X-Pac on fire right now, and he is ready to become the next television champion. If you're Bam Bam Bigelow, this is just step one. Each and every week, you'll defend that title here. You've got to maintain it for 4 consecutive weeks, at which time you will sacrifice the title, but then pick your champion.
from Gainesville, Georgia, weighing in at 232 pounds, AJ
Well, here's what I'm going to say about this matchup right now. You've got 2 out of the 3 guys who are really tremendously talented high flyers. But let's not forget a couple of big key factors that matter to me. Number 1, Bam Bam's going to have the size and strength advantage against both these dudes. And number 2, he moves like a guy that's in the cruiserweight division. So I believe he checks too many boxes. There's still that unknown factor that he doesn't have to be the one that loses in order to lose the championship. And I personally don't like that.
Well, you bring up a very good point indeed. Bam Bam Bigelow does not have to be involved in the outcome of the match to be the former television champion, but he does need to secure the win in order to retain the title. You know, another interesting point is whichever of these men does go on to victory tonight, they've got to defend that title next week.
Yeah, well, we just saw from that last match, it may not be so easy to put yourself back together in 1 week's time.
And introducing the champion from Asbury Park, New Jersey, weighing in at 390 pounds, the International Wrestling Television Champion, Big L.O.
Well, it was formerly the property of the IWF. They have been eliminated courtesy of the XWF. That is considered to be the Universal Television Championship.
Well, there was a period of time where there were two different promotions battling it out here in Universal Studios. Now there's only one survivor, as we all know.
Bell sounds, action's underway, and anywhere is fair. Inside the ring, outside the ring, pinfall or submission, single elimination. Here's a roll-up right now by AJ, gonna try and steal that title.
See, that's what I'm talking about right there. He gets a quick pinfall on X-Pac. Bam Bam Bigelow suddenly isn't the champion anymore, and that doesn't seem fair to me at all.
Well, he knew the conditions when he signed the contract. Bam Bam Bigelow comes over the top rope.
Yeah, he didn't catch it flush, but he caught it enough. But he injured himself as well as AJ with that move. But what did I tell you earlier? He can move just as smoothly as these two smaller guys. But he packs a bigger punch.
AJ managing to shake off the after effects of that unbelievable move by Bam Bam Bigelow, who just sent AJ crashing to the floor. Now the headbutt on X-Pac.
Well, the field goes good right through the middle uprights. Bam Bam Bigelow is in control.
Man, Bigelow handing out the headbutts. Drops him with a DDT. AJ Styles finding out just how big the punch is when it comes from Bam Bam Bigelow. Meantime, X-Pac going to work on him, but do not turn your back on the champion.
Yeah, big mistake right there. The biggest, most powerful guy in the ring. You've got to know where he is at all times.
And fans, keep in mind, it's a triple threat match. Everything's legal. We see a kendo stick in the match. Not the first time we've seen one tonight, by the way. And there's a DDT.
Big splash right there by Bam Bam Bigelow. That takes a lot right out of AJ as he rolls himself out to the floor.
Oh, greetings from Asbury Park, dropping X-Pac on his head. The champion looks to retain. There's a cover. 1, 2, he got him. No.
What the hell was that? What kind of count was that? The referee stopped and his shoulders were still down on the mat. What's going on around here?
Roll up by AJ. Is he going to be able to steal one? No.
Wow, I'll tell you what, we might have to bring Shaquille O'Neal back in here as a referee if this keeps up. At least he was keeping things under control.
Oh my God, AJ just got powerbombed to the floor.
That might be the last we see of AJ Styles in this one.
X-Pac trying to get the pin. Bam Bam Bigelow able to kick out. Nice forearm shiver, and AJ's back into this match somehow. After that power bomb by Bam Bam Bigelow sent him all the way outside the ring. And now Styles has got X-Pac. Brainbuster!
Oh, look at how Bigelow slides right in there trying to steal the pin. Smart move by the champion.
X-Pac going underneath the ring. Comes up with another kendo stick. The equalizer perhaps to make up for the weight differential. And now AJ going for a submission hold.
Wasn't able to hang on to it. Bam Bam's just too big and too powerful for that.
Styles, oh wait a minute. Oh, I thought he was gonna do to X-Pac what Bam Bam just did to him for a moment there. And now Bam Bam has him up. He's going to try it again.
Well, this time AJ Styles took a little bit of a learning opportunity and said, I better not allow him to do that to me again. And there's the power on display one more time as he presses AJ overhead. And now he's got X-Pac up in the power bomb.
Over near the corner, what's he going to do here? Dropping him head first into the buckle. Oh, the champion using that strength advantage.
And wow, look at this. X-Pac and Bam Bam going to work together at least for a moment.
Bigelow going for the cover and using the ropes, but X-Pac right there not going to allow that to happen.
Not so, I can't imagine what Bam Bam was thinking, that he thought that was going to happen. Little surprised that he would just stand there and attempt it.
There's the headbutt and a crossbody to follow it up. He's got both men down.
See, that would have been a great opportunity right there for him to go for the pinfall. Might have been able to pull that one off.
And again, the cover. Count of one. Big clothesline by Bam Bam Bigelow, and now he's got the baseball bat. AJ slips out the back door, drops him head first on that baseball bat. That's gonna hurt.
Yeah, that's almost as bad as getting hit with the baseball bat the way he came down. And now look at this, a sledgehammer to the ribs.
Atomic knee drop. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Drops him on his head. Bam Bam Bigelow couldn't retain. He goes for the cover. Referee is there, no one to make this save. But the shoulder comes up.
Well, all the credit in the world to X-Pac for being able to kick out after that one.
AJ Styles came in with a steel chair, but that's not going to happen. And Bam Bam Bigelow, what's he going to do with him? Oh, he couldn't hold on to him.
Nice chop block right there by AJ Styles to take the big man down.
And he caught both of them with a flying forearm. They're both down.
Well, he's wasting time here. He should have gone for the cover.
AJ Styles going to go for the Styles Clash. X-Pac still down. Bam Bam Bigelow rolled up for the cover. 1, 2, no one to make the save. He got him, no.
2 3/4 count. And I've got to tell you right now, it's amazing that Bam Bam Bigelow was able to get out from that one. There's the X Factor, and AJ's in trouble.
There goes Bam Bam Bigelow.
Another mistake. X-Pac, there he goes. I was going to say he should be going for the cover. Oh, he gave him too much time. He should have gone right for the cover. He would have had him.
X-Pac going up to the top rope. Senton. Nobody was home. Bam Bam Bigelow got AJ up and out of the way. Nice neck breaker right there by X-Pac. And AJ went for the baseball bat, but pays the price. X-Pac using that sledgehammer on both opponents.
Smart move, and now goes right for the cover. That should be enough.
AJ Styles again able to get his shoulder up. All three of these men want that TV title because they know what it means. Bam Bam Bigelow was busted open, I believe, with a sledgehammer.
X-Pac dropped on his head one more time, but AJ Styles taking advantage of the situation.
And now the great equalizer, the baseball bat to the ribs of the champion, and now hooks the leg, going for the cover. There's one, there's two.
And in my opinion, that all came down to the size and strength advantage of Bam Bam Bigelow.
Here's a roll through. Now he's going to try to get him to tap out. Referee is down.
Smart move right there by X-Pac. There's no disqualification, and there can be no submission if there is no referee.
Greetings from Asbury Park. Bam Bam Bigelow perhaps going to go for the pinfall here. Headbutt to AJ.
Well, we might need a referee to come out here because I don't know if this one's going to get back up or not.
Bigelow from the top rope. AJ in trouble. Shoulder block went right through him. Spinning back kick. And the referee has regained his composure. X-Pac breaking that kendo stick over the head of AJ Styles. He's going to go for the submission. He's got it locked in there. Referee's right there to ask him if he wants to give up. And Bam Bam Bigelow to make the save.
Bam Bam Bigelow just barely got there in the nick of time. We would have had a new champion.
Going for a DDT, and Bam Bam Bigelow powers out of that one. Roll up by AJ. Shoulders are down. There's two.
Close call. Bam Bam made a mistake. He turned his back on his opponent to pick up a kendo stick.
X Factor to AJ. German suplex. Bigelow with a headbutt. And now off the middle ropes. Another headbutt. That might be enough.
That should be enough, but he's not going for the cover, and I believe that was a mistake again.
What a slam right there. He really put some torque on that one. Running power slam on AJ. Bam Bam Bigelow getting ready as he goes to the top rope. The moonsault connects. And a save made by X-Pac. The X Factor.
That might be enough. Oh, wait, Bam Bam smart rolling out to the floor, but pinfalls count anywhere.
Taking a page out of the book almost of AJ Styles with that clothesline, and now the baseball bat right to the ribcage. Styles trying to catch him, and he missed the target.
He had to rush that move, and that's what cost him with it. And look at Bam Bam Bigelow now bringing the stairs in. This is really turning out to be a brutal display.
All three of these guys are right for the picking right now. The kendo stick to the head from across the ring.
Could have took an eye out with that one. That thing was spinning in the air.
AJ caught him with that drop kick off the ropes, and now the referee's there for the count. We've got a new television champion.
What a tremendous match it was, though. I've got to give credit to everyone involved in this one.
We're going to take a look at some of the replay action. Unbelievable, fans. Bam Bam Bigelow with the size and strength advantage.
I'll tell you, all three of these guys really took a lot of punishment this one, and I'm not so sure. You know, it might be a little while before we see a couple of them again.
Well, to your point, they can take some time off to recuperate, but the champion has to come back next week and do it all over again.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily have to be a triple threat match, but he will have to put the title up. And will he be at 100%? How can you be? After a match like this, it takes weeks to heal up.
Well, they don't have weeks, especially not if your name is AJ Styles. Congratulations, but be careful what you wish for.
Yeah, that's exactly right, because you might just get it, and he did.
And new International Wrestling Television Champion, AJ Styles.
4 weeks' time, ladies and gentlemen. If he can retain that title, he can put it down and go after any belt he wants. We'll be back with the main event. Stay with us.
Boo all you want. All I see are dollar signs. The overcharger can charge for expensive car repairs because your warranty expired and there's nothing you can do about it.
And overcharging, your days are done. Woo! The Ninja Boys teamed up with Car Shield, the Bill Lauren, mechanic of your choosing, Auto Avenger, and we're treating bullies like him to a buffet of woo! Car Shield cars go farther. Woo!
All right, fans, we are back and ready for action. Our main event, 8-man tag team matchup. On one side, we've got the Headbangers, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, and Tajiri. On the other side, the New Age Horsemen.
Well, we're going to get to see the New Age Horsemen in action here, starting off with Ravishing Rick Rude. The one man that doesn't currently have any gold around his waist, but I don't think that's going to last long.
Rude's already been busted open.
Well, you know what? We talk about that last match and how it's going to take time to heal. Rick Rude has had his hands full with the Macho Man in recent weeks. We saw the bloodbath between the two of them 3 weeks ago right here. And again, those scars don't heal easily. It's much easier for him to be busted open right now, as we've just seen.
Tajiri now the legal man in the ring for what promises to be an unbelievable matchup. Our first chance to see the New Age Horsemen as a unit. Swing and a miss. And there's the atomic knee drop. Down he goes. Ravishing Rick Rude from behind. Belly to back suplex perhaps. Or atomic knee drop. Lines him up. Dropping the fist right between the eyes.
Well, Tajiri's a very talented wrestler. He's had a great career here in the XWF. But I just don't believe he's in the same category as any member of the New Age Horsemen. That's my opinion.
Well, I think he could beat any member of the Horsemen on any given day, but this might not be that day. And now Rude goes over to make the tag. Here comes the brand new world champion, the Nature Boy Ric Flair. Mosh got tagged in, and Flair wasting no time at all. Now he turns his attention to Tajiri, who is not the legal man in the match.
Yeah, that's a big mistake right there by the champion, and I would expect better of Flair not to get sidetracked like that. Here comes the tag, though, to Big Duggan, the powerhouse of this team.
Back body drop, and Flair just took the fall. Nice move right there by Duggan. Goes for the cover. Hacksaw Jim Duggan thinks he might have him here.
Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen.
Once again, fans, take a moment to hit that like button and help out the channel. On average, only 10% of the viewers actually take the time to click the like button.
We can do better than that. This is the nation. We are nation strong. Everybody has to pitch in. Help out.
Fans, we've just been told to stick around after this main event matchup. There will be a very special live ringside report. Irish whip to the ropes. Back out front he goes. Shoulder block taken down, and the Nature Boy Ric Flair going up against Thrasher, who appears to be biting the hand of the Nature Boy.
Wouldn't surprise me in the least. These guys aren't exactly housebroken.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan with a knee to the head of the world champion. Nice move by Flair, winding up that arm, get back in the fight. Snapmare takes him over, driving the knee into the head of Duggan.
Well, Hacksaw Jim Duggan is a big, tough guy. He's able to wrestle really well. He's a heck of a football player as well, but I'm not going to say he's the brightest guy in the ring. When it comes to the wrestling IQ, I would say he's probably one of the lowest.
I'm going to disagree with that wholeheartedly, as Arn Anderson, the enforcer, almost pulled one out right there.
Well, you can disagree all you want. It won't change the fact that it's accurate. I'm the man who tells it like it is. I told you if you get out of line, I was going to take care of you, didn't I?
Yeah, indeed you did. And right now, that crossface is applied by Arn Anderson, but Duggan able to fight his way out of it. Anderson showing why he is called the enforcer. There's a big clothesline by Hacksaw Jim Duggan. What are your thoughts on what we heard earlier on from the Nature Boy Ric Flair regarding Mr. Perfect and what happened to him?
Well, you know what? He was nice enough to share the information that we wouldn't have been privy to. What happened backstage, conversations that were had. And the bottom line is, if Perfect was given the opportunity to put the title on the line against Flair and didn't do it, then I tell you what, Bobby Heenan did the right thing in my opinion. Look, they may be the new age horsemen, but at the end of the day, they are still horsemen. And the magic number has always been 4. I was wondering how they were going to make 5 work.
Are there not strength in numbers?
Not necessarily. The number 4 is a good enough number.
Rick Rude now going for a pile driver on Duggan, and he drops him on his head. Goes for the cover, hook the leg.
And if not for the save, it would have been all over. They're just prolonging the inevitable. They're not doing Duggan any favors.
20 Rick Rude with a rude awakening. That's it. Tajiri now making the save.
You know what? I really wish the referee would do their jobs around here and stop this from happening so much.
There's the big kick right to the head. Duggan writhing around on the mat. He's in a lot of trouble right now. Rude thought about making the tag, but instead turns his attention back to Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
I'll say that was the right move to make in that situation there, because otherwise Duggan might have snuck away and made the tag out. You want to keep him in the ring right now. He's not at 100%. Probably the worst of the bunch for his team right now.
Big hip feel right there now. Ravishing Rick Rude hooks the leg and another save.
Give me a break. This is out of control right now.
Tag made. Here comes Tully Blanchard of the Brainbusters, one half of the new tag team champions. Duggan caught him with a clothesline and Blanchard is out. Well, there's a save now made by the New Age Horsemen. And Duggan looking for revenge. He's got Rick Rude up. Stampede slam. And another big clothesline, and down goes Tully Blanchard. Hooks the leg. Duggan thinks he's got him. There's one. And the save made by Arn Anderson, and the referee just got taken out again.
That's the same referee from earlier, I believe. He may have some long-lasting problems after that.
When you've got 8 men involved in a match, you probably need at least 2 referees.
Or at least one that can handle business.
Blanchard just pulled something out of the tights. Referee didn't see it.
Apparently not, but Duggan is not cold.
Referee, what is he doing?
Wow, I'll tell you right now, he's loopy. First he didn't see what happened, and now there was no count for how long.
Tully Blanchard now making the tag to the Nature Boy Ric Flair, the world champion, into this match. Flair with a neck breaker.
Well, that's a mistake right there by the Nature Boy. He allowed the tag to be made, and now, but he's going for the figure four, perhaps.
Well, it looked like that's what he was going to do, but instead it's a step over toe hold.
Soften him up for what's coming.
Oh, now he's got Duggan, but he's not the legal man.
He's going to put the figure four leg lock on Duggan, but a submission won't matter here, but he may have done some damage to the knee or the ankle of Duggan.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan is taking a beating in this one. And now the Nature Boy Ric Flair with the upper hand on Thrasher.
Well, he's called the dirtiest player in the game, and it's for a reason, as he goes right to the eyes.
It has been a night where some of the roughest, toughest action has taken place. Ravishing Rick Rude is busted open in this one. Look at Arn Anderson.
Yeah, I'll tell you right now, the Horsemen are not unused to having these situations, but they always rise above.
And now going for the figure four leg lock, and he's got it on him. Will Thrasher survive? He does get to the ropes.
And look at Duggan over there. The referee broke the count. Why is he stepping in and hitting Ric Flair?
Flair goes for the cover. Pulling back on the leg. Got two and gets the win. Big victory right there for the Nature Boy Ric Flair.
Well, I'll tell you right now, the New Age Horsemen have been sending a message now for several weeks.
Look at this. As we take a look back, ladies and gentlemen, at the replay of the action that took place here, there were plenty of opportunities for the Horsemen to put this one away, but the saves kept coming in.
Well, the saves kept coming in, but they weren't enough at the end of the day. All they did, as I said from the first one, prolonging the inevitable.
Take a look right here. Ravishing Rick Rude. There's that rude awakening on Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Big clothesline by Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Almost secured him the victory right here. It was a close call. Anderson taking out the referee. And look at this. Should have been a disqualification.
Well, referee probably still hadn't regained his full composure, and he didn't notice it.
Here are your winners.
Stick around, fans, for a very special ringside report. Don't go away.
Enforcer on Anderson and Tully Blanchard, the Four Horsemen.
All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Oh, there goes the voice. To Ringside Report. How you guys doing out there? Good crowd on hand. Thank you for the likes. I do appreciate it. There's stuff that I've been learning as we go about YouTube. And again, I don't monetize anything on this channel. So at the end of the day, it really doesn't make a big difference. But let's be honest. If you're doing this, you want to build your channel. Otherwise, why are you doing it for, right? A lot of things go against me based on how YouTube is going to get algorithms to put out the work. Number one, I use stuff that's copyrighted. So boom, that hurts. So it really requires people that watch the product to at least hit the like button. I don't expect people to necessarily sit through an hour and a half of this stuff. I don't know that I would be able to. But, you know, I try so hard that especially as people that I'm subscribed to, I try to make sure I hit that like button every time I watch their stuff because I know that it does help get it out to more people. So whatever you guys can do, it would be appreciated. Other thing I wanted to talk to you guys about briefly and even show you a little bit. Let's get out of here first. We introduced the new championship tonight. Now, there was a video I posted early this morning asking for everybody's opinion on one of two championship belts. The overwhelming majority did go for a different belt, but I'm going to show you why I went the way I did and also let you know that I agree. I like that other belt, and I will have another use for it. So it will show up somewhere at some point in time. Blaze Radio is in the house. If I can get out of here. Maybe. There we go. I think. Patch 20 will save us all. Yeah. So I have turned off, and I highly recommend everybody, if you haven't, turn off automatic updates. Whenever patch 20 hits, which has got to be pretty damn soon, right? Like in the next 24 hours, I would think. Wait. Let the people who don't turn it off tell us how bad it is. Because after what we just went through, I don't have it in me again. If they do that again, I'm done. I am done. I will only use in-game content. I am not going to go re-download. I am not going to go and rebuild an entire universe mode. I'm not doing it. Not doing it. It took me 2 days to put everything back and to, get rid of all. You have to delete the universe mode or you'll be forever trying to delete the wrestlers. I can show you right now. Hold that phone. You're on PlayStation, are you not? Or are you a PC person? No, you're PlayStation because you have somebody do your stuff so that you have access. Let me think about it here for a minute. Nope, that's not it. Yeah. Oh, never mind. It's here. So you go to your main page, you go over to your settings, and then it'll come back to me in a moment. Save data, maybe. Let's check under save data. Game presets. Automatic updates. All right, there's two different ones here. Auto download. Your PC will automatically check for the latest updates, downloads, and files when they're available. This is, I think, for your operating system, though. No, this appears like it might be. Let me see. Yeah, because I haven't turned off. So, yeah, you want to go to automatic updates from your save data and game. There's another one, I think, up here somewhere, and that's for your PS operating system. So that one I leave on because that's never going to really be the problem. But then when you go to save data, your PS5, and go down here to automatic updates, and you want to turn both of these off. And then you'll just get your warnings as usual. There you go. So that'll save you any repeat offender BS. All right. In the meantime, back here again, and we're going to talk about these belts that I had shown. Now, if you look at the video, actually, I think I dropped it this morning because it really was just up there for a questionnaire. So it's already gone. But the original images of the second title didn't quite sit well with me, and I couldn't figure it out. And then I played with this more. Now I finally realized it needed some more color to it. And I'm going to show you the reason why I decided to go with that one over the one that seemed to be more popular. If you look down here, these are all the XWF titles, right? And they look like they belong to the same company. They all have the gold with the red on it. And here again is the one that we just brought in today. So if we go to here and get our zoom in. So what I did to fix it up a little bit is that little center section there with the little feathery stuff shooting out there on the top and on the bottom. I made it a little bit darker than the rest of the back plate so that it pops out more, because it was kind of getting lost in the shuffle. And as I kept looking at it, it needed some red to help out. Now, here's a trivia question out there. I made this, and that's another reason I wanted this one, because I made this. All right, this is stuff that I put together. But this center section here that you're looking at with the skull, which I got that from an image from Amazon, and then it's hard to tell sometimes, but there's a couple of kendo sticks crossed to make an X behind there, and then the barbed wire shadows that behind there. That section right there alone and the basic shape are based off of a world title or a heavyweight championship from a now defunct wrestling company. It wasn't their hardcore title, it was their heavyweight title. Does anyone know what company that would have been? So again, forget about the XWF stuff, forget about hardcore because it wasn't. But if you just look at the middle part with the skull and the kendo sticks and the barbed wire, that part's pretty damn accurate to what their title championship belt looked like. Who can tell me what company it was? Thank you, Perkins. I like it too. I didn't like it as much until I did the last bits. You know, once I put this red hexagon, not hexagon, what is that? Five-sided somebody. Somebody who's got more sleep than me can come up with the answer for that. But anyway, is that a pentagon? I think it's a pentagon, isn't it? We're going to call it a pentagon. Anyway, that to me really helped it pop, and I liked it a lot after that. We gave it the alligator skin leather so it looks rough because it is, after all, hardcore title, and then put the plates on there. Waiting to see if anybody can guess what major, I guess you can call it a major. Well, all right, we won't say major. What televised promotion had their heavyweight championship with this logo in the middle of the belt? So forget about the rest of the belt plate, but that center section right there with those items on it, pretty damn accurate to what theirs looked like. Now, in the meantime, as we back out of here, and again, you can see all of these really look like they fit. And here's the cruiserweight up there. And that's why I went with it. I thought the other one was just too out there. And I guess I'm going to kind of tip the hat a little bit here. But it's going to end up being the TNA Hardcore Championship. So eventually I will work this into TNA. Insane Championship Wrestling is incorrect, but a good guess. It's a good guess. That is not the name of the promotion, however. If nobody guesses it in the next couple of minutes, then I'll have to give it to you. However, if you do guess it, there are wonderful prizes. We will give you a shout out, a pat on the back, and send you your very own image of the championship. How's that? So anyway, here's the one that I liked it. This was the one I was going with. But then when I saw how it looked against all the other ones, it's like it was just too different. And I didn't feel like it stuck to the brand. So I don't want people thinking, wait a minute, why are you asking us for opinion and then you're not going with it? I am going with it because I'm keeping the belt and I'm going to find another place to use it. I just didn't feel like it fit the XWF. Plus, I like the fact that it's mine. Whereas this belonged to somebody else and all I did was tweak it up a little bit to make it TNA. This actually, here, all right, let's see if anyone knows where this one comes from. But beneath that TNA is the name of another promotion that I covered up. New Jack does come out on Wednesday with the new promotion. I wonder if that has anything to do with why there's a hardcore division all of a sudden showing up in the XWF. No, Blaze, you see, that wouldn't be a prize. That would be a punishment. And why you want to do that to people? You know which logo, the first one or this one? Perkins, where are you? What part of the world? Are you in the U.S.? Are you overseas? Where are you at? William Perkins. Check out the big brain on William. That is correct. The WCPW, it was their hardcore title. They had the promotion, refresh me, Bill. The WC stood for Wrestle. Now I'm drawing a blank. It was the YouTube channel, guys, and they put their own promotion together. They're based out of England, but in the beginning, wow, from USA, and he knew about that. Good for you. I thought you were going to tell me you were from UK. What does it stand for? The WC part. PW is pro wrestling. The first W is wrestling, and the C is just driving me crazy right now. But anyway, it's a channel that we're all familiar with. And they decided after a while, they got so big that they said, well, you know what, we're just going to make our own promotion. And it was doing pretty well throughout 2018, 2019. And then something happened in 2020. I can't imagine what that would have been. But in their first year, What Culture, thank you, would have drove me crazy. So I was wrong with the wrestling. That's what threw me off. What Culture is a pretty popular wrestling channel on YouTube. If you're not watching it, you're missing it. You need to get it. And they decided finally to just make their own promotion. And in the beginning, they were signing names like Cody Rhodes. They were signing names like Rob Van Dam. They had some legit names going in there for the first year or so. And then they leaned heavily towards the UK talent because obviously it would be cheaper, easier. You know, you don't have to pay for airlines and stuff, or if you do, they're shorter puddle flights. There is Big JH. Of course, he'll know. Now, JH and Perkins, you guys know what the first belt was based off of. That's the test. That's the test. We'll go back to it in a minute just to help you again. So anyway, yeah, underneath there is the What Culture Pro Wrestling logos. I didn't realize who it was at first when I saw it. I didn't know if it was a real promotion or somebody just made this thing up from scratch. And then I went back and pulled up some video, and yeah, the belt's pretty spot on. Pretty spot on. But it looks so different from everything else that I have in the XPW that I decided I just wanted it to stay something a little bit more uniform. So I like both of them very much, but for this promotion, this is the belt. Give you one more look here at the center plate, see if anybody can identify. And again, try to block out the surrounding things, you know, like the Hardcore Champion. It's not in their division. It was their heavyweight championship. The only part I would really focus on, again, is the skull, the kendo sticks, and the barbed wire. If I had a photograph of it, and I couldn't find a clean one. That's the problem. I looked. I could not find a clean one. Let me see in the meantime while you guys are trying to see if you can come up with the correct answer, if I can find a picture of it real quick here. Like I said, there was no finding a clean picture of this thing. And as I'm looking at it now, I probably could make one small change to it that would make it even look more like it. Still no guesses, huh? I feel like I've accomplished something here today. All right. I'm going to help you out by giving you the answer pretty much. Hold on a second here. 1, 2, 3, boom. I could put those red stars on the sides. Wrestling Society X from MTV back in the day. And that's like the best picture of that belt I could find anywhere. But again, you see the kendo sticks going on there. Then you got the barbed wire going on there. And then the skull over the top. And I really feel like that is pretty damn close, if I do say so myself. I'm real happy with the way that turned out. And that's why I went with this one also, because at least this was something, granted I was inspired by theirs, but I made this myself as opposed to taking somebody else's work. I've been watching the box set of Wrestling Society X. I hadn't seen it in years. I don't know what. I've been getting into defunct wrestling lately. So I was watching that, and yeah, I guess I could do that. Let me see. Kind of losing that steel cage the more stuff I put up over it, but I think it'll, I don't know. What do you guys think? Leave it like that, or do we want to put those 2 red stars on the sides of it? Hold that thought a minute. All right, there's the poll. I'll give you like 2 minutes or less. It's a 50-50. That's the way my day's been. Brought the car in for an oil change. They're going to say you're going to need another one pretty soon because the valve cover gaskets are leaking bad. I was like, beautiful. So that'll be next week. And we're back to 50-50. This is like a horse race. Adding the stars pulls ahead as we're coming into the last corner lap. And it's Red Star by a nose. I do kind of like the red popping in there. That's one of the things about my XWF belts that they all have in common is the red. And we're back to 50-50. Next one's going to make the decision. Thinking. Just got back from seeing Superman. If any of you guys have seen the movie, let me know your thoughts. Just give me on a scale of 1 to 10 what you thought of the movie. And then I'll tell you mine. Vampiro hit X-Pac with a tombstone inside an exploding coffin. Yes, they did. And they brought in the next week, I believe it's El Macias, but they were calling him something else. And they did a really good makeup job on him because they were basically playing it up off of a battle they had in Mexico where Vampiro did that to him. So he basically chased him down into Wrestling Society X to get revenge because his face was burned and his eye was all whited out. And the burn marks, it was good makeup. I mean, that was a good makeup job. Better than they did with friggin' Kane. Put some black smudge on his face, and that was it. JH gave it a 7. Guess what? That's the same number I came up with. That's the same number I came up with. Is it a Japanese federation? It is not. So Wrestling Society X, if you're not familiar with it, was on in the Lord help me here. Had to be the mid 90s, late 90s. Could have been early 2000s even. I feel like late 90s sounds right, though. And they were on MTV. And basically, if it weren't for them, then you never would have had Lucha Underground. They were kind of the precursor to Lucha Underground. So it was filmed in California, probably, if not the same soundstage, one of, very similar soundstage. Very high energy. The wrestling itself was very Dragon Gate-ish, high-speed matches that had big hits, but there was no pacing. There was no slowing it down. It was just 100 miles an hour almost the entire time. And you had guys like Jack Evans and guys like Teddy Hart in his prime. And, man, they were amazing, amazing matches. If you like that fast-moving stuff. Yeah, Muerte is what they called him, but that's the same guy, though, right? He's had a few different names, as I recall. It wasn't a bad wrestling show, William. It really wasn't. 2006, wow. I really didn't think it was that close to... I mean, that's only like 20 years ago, and it feels like it's been longer. Yeah, I've had the box set forever, and I watched it when I first got it, and I watched all the stuff live, too. I mean, I saw it on MTV back in the day. They always started up with a band, most of them never heard of before, and on the box set, you don't get the music part, which I'm fine with that. It just skips into the wrestling, so each episode is about 30, 40 minutes long. No commercials or anything, obviously, so it zooms along pretty quick. And there's 4 episodes per disc, and I want to say there's 4 discs in the case. I'm on disc number 2. And it's just been about good 10, 15 years since I watched any of the DVDs, so I decided to pop them in. And when I saw the belt, I was like, I can use that. That'd make a nice hardcore title, to be honest with you. Ricky Banderas. But was he not also, not Mil Muertes, what the hell? In Mexico, what's his name? Was it not, I feel like it was Mil Muertes. And even the same dude was in the one I just mentioned a minute ago. The Aztec over there and the other MTV show years later. Lucha Underground, that's the word I'm trying to get in my head. I've really had shitty sleep the last 2 days, and it's affecting me. Can't think of names right now. King Muertes. I knew there was a Muertes. Judas Macias. That's the name I really had in my mind. That's the name I had in my mind. So this guy's got like 25 names, so you might know him by one of the 3. Yeah, so anyway, they basically had a feud in Mexico, and they kind of bled the storyline into Wrestling Society X. Problem is none of those people had a clue about the AAA wrestling or the feud, or even I didn't know back then about any of that stuff. So they mention it. They gave the backstory quickly about it. It would have been nice if they could have gotten some sort of, even if it's just still photographs or something like that, to kind of show it up a little bit more and put some beef behind the storyline. But all said, that guy was a beast back at that time. In 2006, man, he was legit. Jacked is a good word that I could use to describe him. All right, so I was right. Mil Muertes. Okay. That was the name I had in my mind for some reason, but I knew he had others, and Judas was the name I was trying to think of. And he used the Judas Macias thing in TNA. So that guy been around a little bit. So anyway, that was the inspiration behind this belt. So there's that. And it was also a round-shaped plate. So that's why I felt like this was going to be a good job. I'm not going to do anything with Wrestling Society X because I couldn't do it justice anyway. There's no way to make the matches move at that speed without playing them all yourself, and that takes, part of the fun out of it for me and not knowing the outcomes of matches. but I thought it'd be a nice tip of the hat to have some sort of representation. So let's see. We're still at 50-50. I'm going to cast a deciding vote, and I'm going to say we're putting the stars on. So bam, there we go. So let's go ahead and do it. Go to our front plate. Images. We'll just take the star from here because they don't have a single star in the relief design. Maybe I have a little trouble layering it though. Let's see. Or maybe not. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Sorry. Whoopsie. Oh, wait. I don't have room for any more? Shit. That might have used all the slots up. Let's see again. Try it here. There's that one. Oh, no. We want the main plate. Sorry. Front plate. Yeah, there's no more room to add. Oh, well. We're not going with the stars after all that. Sorry. Unless I can think of some other way. I guess what I could try to do. Let me think before I do this now. We'll go to our left side plate. Oh, even that won't have any slots available. Thank you so much. Okay. Now let's try the strap. All right, finally we can add something here. So let's go ahead to our custom, try again, group images. And let's make us a group image and see if that'll work. So we'll take, where's it at? Somewhere in here. Where are you? Got another episode of Game On coming in the near future as well. Picked up, well, I think we talked about on the last episode a couple of the games, and I've done a little bit more with them. I really, really enjoyed Titanfall 2 a lot. I'm already replaying certain parts of it. Come on. What the hell, man? I feel like it would have been down near the bottom more, but maybe it's not. That's the thing. Once you delete all these logos from when I canceled out all the wrestlers and re-downloaded them, I had to get rid of the logos to make space. And then that just kind of changes the order. So even though you've downloaded stuff more recently that would normally put it at the bottom of your list, it'll fill in the first available slot. So it may be all wonky and all over the place, and you got to really do some hunting and pecking to find stuff. Let's see. I would think it'd be somewhere in this area with all the other belt stuff that I recently downloaded. Seriously? I'm pretty sure it was a... Let me see. I mean, we know it's there. Or maybe I'm just missing it because I'm so damn tired. Let's see. Okay, it can't be any smaller than that. It's got to be here. I just missed it somehow. Let's go. Let's go. It should be in this ballpark. There you are. How did I miss that? Stupid. All right. We'll just leave it that size. And now we can add the stars here. kind of guess the distance, but I feel like it should be right about there. And then we're going to try and replicate that. This should work. Lay it over here to make sure the size is the same, which it is. Then hopefully keep it straight on the line, which it looks pretty good there. That should be good. All right. We're going to try this. So we will delete the one that's currently on there and just place it with this over the whole thing. Yes, Father James Mitchell was definitely his manager. Joey Ryan started doing his... What was in what? Not Wrestling Society X, was it? Yeah, he was in Wrestling Society X. I might not have got to those episodes yet. He probably came in midway through the late. I remember seeing him in the opening promo for the show. Joey. Way to ruin a career, man. All right, let's try this again. Go to the front plate. And then what we will do is replace this. And the new one's got to be below. But again, it might not be all the way on the bottom. It'll just go into the next available slot, and I'm not sure where that's going to be. Or maybe it's all the way on the bottom. Going down. Whoops. Oh, you know what? I'm looking under custom images. That might be the problem. Yeah, I might have to just delete that then. All right, which sucks because then I have to relocate it as well. So I want it to be right above the plate there that's got the Pentagon. I believe Pentagon was right, I think. All right, JH, take care, man. I'll catch you later. Now we go to our groups. There we go. Apply this. Now, hopefully it's going to allow us to make it metal. Otherwise, it defeats the whole purpose. Let's see if this works. Yeah, I think it'll work. Like I said, as long as it lets us make it steel. Got that. And then I like to use the 12 on the emboss. I feel like it's the best. All right. Like I said, I wanted to do a little something just as a recognition to the promotion. So now we got the little red stars. Done deal. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for hanging out with me. And that takes care of that. We'll be back with more of this stuff in the near future. Last Saturday, I just didn't have time to make a Saturday show, so it was preempted by probably cartoons or something like that. But the plan is to make sure we got one for this Saturday because I got some stuff over there I want to get out as well. Just got to find the times. All right, folks. Have a great rest of your day. Stay safe. And I will catch you right back here real soon on the Nation Network. So long and good night.